Okay, so this video is an extension piece to the last video that I recorded about how do you stay organized once you've gotten organized. But you can use this tool if you haven't gotten organized or aren't where you're at with organization quite yet too. So here it is. It's called my 75% rule. If you know me very well, you know I'm not that big on rules because I feel like the most important stuff that comes out of stuffology is the magic that comes out of you, the magic that's inside of you on how you organize and how you have your systems in effect in your place, right? In your space. However, this rule, this tool that you can apply is super, super effective and important. So here's a little analogy around this tool. Have you ever gone to a clothing store, or department store, or wherever, and you go to a rack of clothing and they have squished so many clothes on the rack of clothing that you can barely like wedge your hand into it to like get into see what's there? That is really annoying and frustrating. And if you're like me, I don't have very much patience for it. But sometimes I really want to go through that rack of clothing and like see that there's some things in there that I might like. But more times than not, like I just get really frustrated and the hangers are flying off the rack and then you can't get them back in and it's just a bummer, right? Well, there's the same analogy occurs, the same dynamic, I should say, occurs in our own spaces when we have too much stuff in certain areas. And so what that does is it constricts flow and it constricts energy. And that then, that flow constriction and that energy constriction, then what that does is that makes it so there's the propensity for frustration and irritation and avoidance to build up around using parts and areas of our homes, right? What do I mean by all this? Okay, what I mean is that sometimes we don't even notice this on a conscious level, but say for example, your coat closet in your house is really jam-packed. It's just been one of those areas where you haven't gotten to it and there's just way too much stuff in it, right? Oftentimes what I see is that people then don't use their hall closet to put their they find another spot, they use the back of a chair or they throw it over a piece of furniture because they don't want to, like they don't even like think about it. They just don't want to go into that frustrating, irritating, overstuffed place and have that experience of it being like this irritant, right? You know, I actually see this a lot in clutter clearing and organizing too. So people have gone through and they've clutter cleared and they've organized, but then they take the stuff out and they go through it and they get rid of a lot of stuff. But if you fill your space back up to 100% capacitance, you are going to have the seeds growing for irritation and frustration and annoyance because you need to allow there to be some breathing room in your spaces, a place to have some like, oh, I just need to expand in here. I need to feel like it's not packed and a place where you can work and you can look and you can decide and you can have some flow, right? Just like in nature. It shows up in nature all the time. So the whole rule then, super easy, is go to an area in your home. Maybe go to one of your drawers, for example, in your kitchen. This is a really good one because it's pretty easy to do, where you have a lot of utensils. So number one, if you open it up and the utensils are already getting stuck in the drawer. And so you have to, that you're already at 100% capacitance. So you go to a drawer. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go to a drawer, or you're going to go to a closet, or you're going to, but just pick one small area. That's like one of my number one things. Like, go small at first. Do a softball, right? And look at that drawer and say, give it a number, a percentage. Is it less than 75% full, or is it greater than 75% full? If your space is more than 75% full, if you're like getting into the 80, 90, 100s, you have too much going on, likely, in that one zone to really effectively keep it organized. It's not going to stay as well organized when it's already at capacitance. So what you do is then that gives you an opportunity to just go in and go, all right, here's now a place I can go do some stuffologizing and relieve it. So I'm having a 75% or less stuff in this drawer or wherever you picked, okay? Gosh, it sounds like such like an easy thing, like an easy tool to apply, and it really, really is. But we just normally haven't thought about it in these terms or in this way. But I want you to give it a try. I want you to go, and it might feel a little awkward at first because you're like, God, it just doesn't feel like there's enough stuff in here. I mean, some people have that sense because it's not quite as, like, they want to fill up every single, like, inch of real estate in a certain, in their areas. But I'm inviting you to explore the feeling of there just being some spaciousness in the 75 percentile or below range in any given space, and give it a try in an area in your home. Okay? NicoleKincaid.com. And I've got a free tutorial-y thing. It's a opt-in. It's a freebie document called How to Dominate Your Clutter by Not Doing These 7 Things. It's on my website. Thanks so much for listening. Have an awesome day.